Stopping in, we've been tapping in, we ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took L's to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been the heavyweight. Stopping in, we've been tapping in, we ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took L's to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been the heavyweight.
How'd you just get unfocused right quick like that?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are back. Gone for a minute, but we back again at episode 75. It is the Heavyweight Bros, and for usual, I am your host, the 5XL assassin, the diabolical diabetic, yeah boy, the big nasty. And to my right is my co-host, the high yellow hitman, the freaking deacon, Coach Buck, my man, Uncle Raisin. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I am doing wonderful.
In the immortal words of our recently deceased friend Bobby Caldwell, I guess you wonder where I've been. I search to find the love within. We're not gonna keep going with it, you know. I know we gotta, cause that copyright will let you know. No, but I know we have a lot of TV shows. We have a lot of movies to get through. So I know we can't really spend a lot of time on pleasantries because we are so backed up. We're literally like a month. For some of these shows, we were on episode.
My bad.
We were on like episode 4. And like they've already concluded their seasons and stuff like that. Like that's where we're at with a lot of these. So I don't know how you wanted to go about this, but I was like, I could put a 10-minute timer on for each TV show, so that way we don't get too crazy on it.
Let's do 5.
5-minute timer. Wow. Yeah. Even some of these ones that got finales.
We'll see where it goes.
All right.
We'll re-up on.
Why did I open up my phone? The first thing I see is Omar.
R.I.P.
Right. Too many.
Word.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start with Insomnia Hour?
I got 5 minutes. We got to start with Insomnia Hour.
All right.
Wake up! We're going to hit you with the take.
Yes!
Come on.
What am I talking about? All right, so I'm going to get some easy shouters out the way. All right?
Do I even need to put the timer on?
No, don't put the timer on. I'm going to get some easy shouters out the way. All right? So first easy shouter, because I know it's something that you don't watch, is Tariq. Tariq is back.
Is that the name of the show?
No, it's called Ghost Book 2, I believe.
I'm gonna need black people to get it together, man. Like,
maybe it's Ghost Book 3.
It's just like, Play My Whole Life Has Changed by Genuine. The song's called Differences. They just call it whatever they want to call it. You watch Tariq, you watch Tommy, these things are push, they're ghosts, they're power, they're called everything else.
No, you watch Kanan?
You're watching Kanan? That's another. But is it called the Book of Kanan?
A Raising Kanan.
Oh, Raisin. I thought you were about to say a Raisin in the Sun. I was like, this is crazy. Go ahead.
Nah, but yeah, so I'm not enjoying it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean the storyline is okay. It's just like these college kids, they moving weight and they selling guns, and it's like it's gotten wild, out of control on this show, man. It's like, that I've been like vehemently against the Power verse ever since Power ended. I ended up being at somebody's house and they were watching one of the latest episodes. I don't know which one it was, but they're trying to like explain it to me as it's going on, and I'm like, this crime family is like one of the worst crime families like I've ever seen, like of all time, and they're like so not believable at what's happening. Like I don't even know who the characters are. I know like my boy Woody, who played Bobby Brown in the New Edition movie. I think he's the main bad guy in the show. Come on. He's a young black kid. He hates Tariq. Oh yeah. You know what else he was in?
What else?
The Harder They Fall. He was one of the Crimson Hood guys with the eye patch when he was like
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. No, I know that brother from Vine. So like to see him come from that to doing this stuff, like it's crazy. His name's like Woody McClain, I think his name is.
And then somebody posted a video of that man background dancing in a Chris Brown video. Yeah. It's like arrow on him. He's just like, oh, Chris Brown video. I was like, everybody want to bring up something old.
But I will say, I watched like an episode and I was like, this did not make me want to keep watching the show. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
This one is, I'm literally just getting through it to see what's gonna happen with the storyline, but I think I'm over it. Another quick shot is Lucky Hank. So the new TV show, Lucky Hank.
What?
Yeah, so the dude who plays Better Call Saul.
Actually plays Saul?
Yes.
Bob Odenkirk?
If that's what his name is, yes, he's from Breaking Bad, right? He plays a lawyer. Yeah. So in this one, he plays a tenured adjunct professor at a college, and basically it's like it's almost like a community college, but it's like other professors there that are his counterparts, and they have these arguments about who's going to be the tenured advisor of the people, and he's got like family issues and stuff like. It's something to watch in between shows. It's
Is
not
it a
like
comedy? So it's serious.
No, yeah. Okay. It's like it's a serious show, but it has some comedy in it. It's his character, you know what I mean? But I don't think it's like a must watch, but it is something that you can dabble in between shows if you're looking for something.
So it's a role player.
Yeah,
it's coming off the bench.
Yeah, it's a role player.
Speaking of role players, the Lakers up right now.
Oh my goodness.
The Lakers up right now. Just saying. Not a Lakers fan, never had this.
Like 5 minutes left. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Like the Lakers might win.
So next one is quick shout out for Barry's season series finale. Starts tonight.
The series premiere. Because like don't get me, I was like Barry's finale.
Yeah, series finale. This is the last season.
The season. Okay, gotcha.
So
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So this will be
the final season.
Yeah, the final season of Barry
tonight.
So I think this is like the third season or something, like fourth season.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be the final season of Barry. We'll see where they go with that. Blindspotting is back out. It started with 2 episodes, and then another episode came out like a few days later.
That one's only got 2 seasons, right?
This is season 2.
Right,
I believe.
Because I'm saying I never started it in the first place.
Yeah,
so
it's worth it. It's worth it. It's a strong role player. It's a strong role player. Next we have for quick shout outs, we have Dave. Dave is back.
Yeah, man. I'm on it.
Yep.
2 episodes, right?
2 episodes. I think it's 3 now. I think another episode came
Damn, man. Every time I think I'm catching up.
But I can't lie to you. I like where this season is going, and it's way more interesting than the seasons prior to this.
Okay.
So I like where it's starting, so I might actually be a little more entertained by this one.
I forgot that you were down on Dave.
Yeah, I was down on Dave. Down on Dave.
You made me not want to talk about the show anymore. Please keep it going.
Other honorable mentions, we got Shrinking. I think I told you, I might have brought this one up already. I'm not sure, but it has Harrison Ford is in it.
Okay.
Yep. The other main character is definitely somebody famous. I can't remember his name. If you want to look it up,
I'm gonna look it up while you go.
But basically, Harrison Ford, that other dude, and this black lady, which I'd never seen in anything before. She's pretty new. They all run their own clinical facility, so they have their own practice, and they all have their own caseload of clients that they see. But like their lives intertwine with other things that are going on, and it's like a serious comedy. Not it's like a comedy serious. I don't know. I feel like there's more comedy than serious situations, but when those serious situations come,
the show is classified here as a comedic drama.
There you go. There you go.
But the character that I think that you're talking about is Jason Segel.
Yes.
He's from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He's like the guy that Sarah Marshall cheats on.
Yeah, yes.
How I Met Your Mother. He plays Marshall.
How I Met Your Mother is where I remember him from.
Okay,
that's where I remember him from.
I was like, don't tell me you didn't see Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, oh, I'm a vampire. Yeah.
So,
that guy.
There's
he showed a lot of wiener in that movie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He showed it at least like 4 times.
That's crazy. I enjoyed this show. Mm-hmm. I think the fresh faces that are on the show, it makes for like no expectation of what's really going to happen. I think Harrison Ford really steps outside of his box of like the gritty Indiana Jones, whatever he usually plays.
Just like curmudgeon,
right?
All points of times.
But I think it's a good mixture of characters, and I think the young lady and the young male, both African American that are in the show, are very good additions to the show, and they really help the show pop.
So I just saw the show's already over. There's 10 episodes, and it's already done.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, it's not being renewed?
No. I'm just saying that the season is done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I haven't started it.
Yeah.
How pressing is it to start?
It's not super pressing, but I know once you start watching it, because all the episodes are out, you're gonna clean them up because they're like 30-minute episodes. You could bang that out in a weekend.
But is this like a role play, or is this a 6-man of the year type show?
I would say a strong role play. I wouldn't give it 6-man just yet.
Okay,
but so I did enjoy it. I did
come in and give you like a couple buckets.
Yep.
But it's like, yo, you're not pressed about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But when he comes in, you're like, you know what? I like the way this kid balls.
It's like, how come we don't give him more minutes? And then you give him more minutes, and you're just like, that's
shoot.
Why you Danny Green to me. You feel you like
and I think that's it for honorable mentions. All right, you want to start that clock?
All right, I got you.
All right. First things first.
I pop off. Freaks of the honeys. Ready?
Right.
3, 2, 1.
All right. So we got Godfather of Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I am very disappointed.
Oh no! I was
broken and disappointed at the same time.
Is it done?
So, yes, it's done.
Okay.
But remember the conversation we had before was like a lot of the stuff that was happening was repetitive. Like we get the doogie, we lose the doogie, now we got to kill somebody to get more doogie, and now we good. Now we're not good.
I really need you to tell me what doogie is.
That's what they call cocaine back then.
Oh,
in the Bumpy Johnson days, they call it doogie. Okay. So he's like, we got to get the doogie, and we lost it. Now we need more doogie. Now we need to connect. Let's kill somebody. Somebody of us gets killed. Back to the doogie, and it's just like
it sounds like Power.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shit on Power, but it does. That was Ghost's problem every other time. I want things to be legit, but we need to get the product. And in order for us to get the product, we got to get this. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, somebody died, but now they shooting. Now I got to do some gangster stuff while trying to pretend to be a professional.
Right.
And now we got to go back to get the crack, but I don't want to sell crack. Like there's a lot of that.
Right, and it's just. That's basically what the show was, and what I didn't want is for like them to try to save the show with the big build-up leading to the Malcolm X assassination, and that's exactly what they did. So it was just like, all right, fam, like what are we doing now? So I don't know if it's going to be renewed. It didn't make it seem like this was like a series finale, but it's just like a lot of the interesting parts of the show was those conversations between Bumpy Johnson and Malcolm X, and now you don't have that. So where do you go from there other than the repetitive stuff that you've already been doing? So I don't know. I think one thing that was cool, that was a little gem that most people may not know, is just like the guy who plays Gus Frank from Breaking Bad.
Giancarlo Esposito?
Yep. He plays like city councilman / mayor in Harlem in this show. And ironically, like he's in a show where Malcolm X is being assassinated. And if anybody remembers, he was one of the shooters in the original Malcolm X movie. So it's pretty crazy. But I kind of had the feeling that they was going to try to end with the major finale, it being the assassination. I just thought, you know what I mean? I didn't want to.
So does that mean like it fell out like quite a bit from like, because I think you had it in a starting role, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So like when season 4 comes around, if it comes around, like it's not a pressing matter, and this also, you're making it sound like it's not pressing for me to watch this either.
It's not pressing.
Whew.
It's not pressing.
Man, it lost its starting job.
Yeah,
go for it. But, yeah, I mean, you did that in less than 2 minutes. Hey, you ready to keep going?
Try and get to it. Yeah. All right. Next we got Wu-Tang.
Okay, let's do it.
Go ahead. I'm gonna throw it. You go ahead and catch that.
Whoa. Hiya! So like, this was the series finale. Mm-hmm. The thing is, like, I feel like when we started talking about this, we were only like, we just passed the ODB episode, which was like the second or third episode. Mm-hmm. And like, we got our 10 episodes like since then, and it's like we got a Only Built for Cuban Links episode. Mm-hmm. We got the Liquid Swords episode. Mm-hmm. We got the Triumph episode. Mm-hmm. We got, I feel like I'm missing a couple in there, because then it was just like there was a Divine episode of like him trying to get people to sign, him trying to get ODB to do the song with Mariah. Mm-hmm. We got
what you said, the Triumph episode?
Yep, that was the finale.
The tour episode.
That's not the same episode, but when Triumph came out and then they went overseas and then they were kind of beefing, but then they kind of came together.
You might be right.
Is there an Inspected Deck episode I'm missing in the middle? Is that what it is?
Yep, there was an Inspected Deck episode. That's when they was trying to find the Abbott.
No, that's the Jizza episode. That's the Liquid Swords episode.
That is the Jizza episode.
I'm trying to think if there's another individual episode. Well, it seems like what they did with this season is they kind of took some liberties with the interpretations of like what these albums were supposed to encompass. Like the ODB one was the first one. I think it kind of threw everyone back a little bit because it was very weird. Mm-hmm. Like it was like all over the place type of deal, but it was like
undercover brother feelings.
Yeah, it was just a weird episode in general. But then like the more we got of them, like I really liked the Only Built for Cuban Links episode, which turned into it was basically an episode of Power. Mm-hmm. But it was like they had the belly intro, and they put belly in there.
The belly joint was fire,
and like it also seemed like they got a lot more liberties to the music because we got to hear a lot of the songs from the albums on there. Like when they walk into the strip club and they play Ice Cream, it was one of my favorite episodes of like the entire show. So like we got that one. It was another really good episode. I think the Liquid Swords episode is my favorite episode of the whole show. Like where they're in like this like feudal Japan, like the shinobi warriors or samurais.
I feel like it could have been like a spinoff TV show.
It was, and I was just like, this is kind of what I signed up for. And like, out of all of the concept episodes that they had done, I thought that one was the most well done.
Okay.
But I feel like we kind of have to fast forward because it's like, we got to get to what the finale was. And Rizzo's looking for the new sound, and he gets to the point where they're just like, we need live instruments. We're not sampling anymore. We're doing live instruments. Everybody's kind of like not really banging with it.
Except Method Man.
Because that's another thing too. I was going to get to that as like the whole Method Man piece of like all of this. And he tells them, he's like, listen, believe in me, follow me, we're going to do this. And I'm going to take us to number one. Lo and behold, Triumph comes out. They're the number one album in not only the US, but the world. They get a world tour where they share it with Rage Against the Machine. And it shows kind of like the fall of the Wu-Tang from there. But at the same time, it's like they did fall off, but I guess things kind of wound up working out like in the future. But it's like we got to see like why didn't the Wu continue? And it's like 9 people are a lot of people to try to appease. And it's like everybody has like different things that they're trying to do. Like when they were like couldn't find Dirty for like all those shows and the whole time like he's been in the crowd. It's like there's like a whole bunch of things in there. I don't know like if you want to talk about like just Wu-Tang overall or if you want to just talk about like those last couple episodes.
No. I mean, I enjoyed the show. Yes. I enjoyed the show. I still feel like there's a lot of stuff that was missing. Because as soon as the finale happens, like everybody starts doing interviews, everybody starts putting out their little videos of like, nah, this was this and that was that.
Right.
So it's just like you feel like you only got the context from the lens of a couple people. So I wish that it could have been a little more integrated with other people's real thoughts. Because I know like you guys very passionate about the fact that he did not enjoy this whole situation.
Yeah.
But like that's important.
In the show, they made it seem like he didn't enjoy being on the his character didn't seem like he enjoyed being on there.
So one thing I will say as a side note, like I seen a actual video of Divine.
Yeah.
By far the best casting ever. The best casting ever. Like as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, oh, that's his real voice. I was like, yo, this is the same person.
You want to know what was real crazy is like I wound up looking a clip because my favorite Wu-Tang song is the 7th Chamber. But I was just like, and I remembered like the 7th Chamber episode, but I was like, I really couldn't remember it too much. And I'm watching it. I'm like, why does this seem like so off? Do you remember in the first season who played Inspector Deck? Because that was my thing is I was like, who's missing? There's the timer, and like we can start to wrap this up. But like I'm sitting there and I'm like, who's missing? And I'm like, is this supposed to be Inspector Deck? It was Joey Badass as Inspector Deck in the first season, and I had forgotten all about that.
Right.
I'm sitting there, I'm looking, I'm like, why does this dude look familiar too? And I was like, is this Joey Badass? And I'm like,
what happened there?
I don't know. And like I looked it up, and it was just like nobody really gave it. That's the thing is like I looked up a lot of things, and like I couldn't get like any answers about anything because one of my main questions is, and like you kind of touched on it, is like, why was Dave East not in this final season like that? Like, why was Method Man so like he was only in like maybe 3 episodes? Like if you did a highlight reel, he was probably in the show for like maybe 3 to 4 minutes.
Right. I don't know. It's a good question.
And like it's so good that even Google couldn't.
Only excuse I could put in for Joey is he's probably trying to get back to the Power Universe episodes because like Raising Cane is the best one. I'm just saying. Raising Cane is the best one, man. You know what I mean?
Which one's Mary J. Blige one?
Tariq.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
is that pushed by the novel Sapphire? Is that the Precious?
And Mary J is walling right now. All right, we done.
So like, will Wu-Tang like as a whole?
Yes. Like
as you watched it, like I feel like each of the 3 seasons were like almost very different seasons from in general. Like like the first season. First of all, it was like I feel like they were just trying to tell like an over-the-top story. Like there was a lot of stuff in there that had like nothing to do with the music. And I remember like I wasn't really banging with it at first. And then season 2, like it was the integration of the music and it was like the rise of Wu-Tang and it was like a more straightforward storytelling perspective. And then like the season 3 was like we don't have enough time to like really get into all these albums, all this stuff or whatever. So like every album gets an episode is what it seemed like for the most part. And it was kind of like wrapping it up. So like everybody was kind of getting their send off because like we never even got to see like what was the people's response to Liquid Swords, the people's response to Only Built for Cuban Links, like like other things like that. I know we're counting for time, so I guess the only other question I have is: did you have a favorite character, least favorite character? Who's your favorite Wu-Tang member? Period, like in general. I know you got one.
Man, it's got to be between Ghost and Ray.
I think. Well, I know for a fact that Ray, the chef was always my favorite.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And I think that Shamik Moore played him the best in there. Like I think he was best acting wise.
Yeah, he did well. What is he from?
He's from Dope.
That's what he's from.
He's also Miles Morales in the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's dope.
He was in the Get Down.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay.
But yeah, like I think all of them killed it. Like I know, like a lot of people have some weird feelings about the way that this dude played RZA. Yeah, especially with the, you know what I'm saying, the voice.
I don't know why RZA was on set every day. So
it's like, I don't know either.
I'm pretty sure he was very upfront about like, listen, you got to do me like this. Like,
right. I thoroughly enjoyed the Wu-Tang saga, stuff like that.
Yeah, man, it was enjoyable.
I think it's definitely worth your time, especially if you're a Wu-Tang fan. I think you kind of need to see it. I think it was still in the starting five for me. Like when it all came down to it.
There you go.
I enjoyed it.
All right,
get ready to start this next timer.
Up next, we got Snowfall.
Bang. Go for it. It's been a lot that's happening, so I'm gonna put the ball in your court.
Sissy is messing with the church's money.
Sissy is messy.
Sissy is, oh my good. Listen, Teddy could have been lying. Maybe he wasn't giving Franklin a password, right?
You're burying a lot of leads right now. You gotta kind of go here and get here.
Listen, I'm getting right to it. All right, listen. He could have been lying. Teddy could have been being Teddy, but sis, you at least got to figure it out. You got all right. So listen, there's a lot that has happened, right?
Yep.
We lost our Uncle Rome. You know what I mean? Leon that took the hood back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Auntie's on the run. Sissy's wilding.
She's the worst, bro.
Yes.
She really is the worst.
Yes.
Right? And who's worse, Sissy or damn? What the fuck is her name? Why am I drawing a blank on her name right now?
Who?
His aunt.
Oh yeah, Auntie. I be forgetting her name too, so I just keep calling her Auntie.
Jerome's wife. What is her name?
I don't know.
But you keep going. But let's just like, who's worse, her or Sissy?
Her. Sissy just had this really one bad moment. But she's
been wild since The Wire when she was D'Angelo's Barksdale's mom, and she was trash.
Yo, the craziest thing I say was like, she looks like
Draymond Green
high school photo. It's like, y'all brothers is wildin'. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm mad that this is the end of the show. You know what I mean? Because it is entertaining.
I'm not mad because last season was booty cheeks, and it's like we needed this season to be good, and it is good so far.
It is good, but it's just like I don't know where it goes from here. I don't know where it goes from here. I think one thing that I do have a question about is like there's so many characters that just fell off from the show and like just never came back. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the homie that like he shot, I don't think he ever died.
Louis,
there you go. I need that money, Louis. But yeah, I feel like the Spanish shorty that was with Gustavo.
Oh yeah, she been gone.
Right. It's just like there's a lot of loose ends that I feel like the show's not going to close out.
No,
before
because we only got like 2 episodes left, right?
Right. But like even if you don't give us nothing, at least let us know where what's his name, Pee Wee at?
It was Pee Wee.
Not Peanut. Maybe it was Peanut. D-Ray's character.
Oh, got you.
Bounced with all the Peaches. There you go. He bounced with all the money and just like Peaches ain't never gonna show back up. Like
that brother had the HIV or something like that. I think he had HIV.
Something, man. But he definitely got away with some money.
He most certainly did.
So it's just like it's craziness.
Well, that was literally the penultimate episode. We only have 1 episode left.
You sure?
That was episode 9. I just looked it up.
Was it? Yeah. For some reason, I thought that was episode 7 or 8. So yeah, I mean. At this point, if you're asking me what's going to happen, everybody's going to die, and I think I hope Leon and his wife makes it back to Africa.
Well, Wanda's getting the spinoff already. I was like, of all the characters in the show that's getting the spinoff, Wanda's getting the spinoff.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's
what is that show even about?
Drugs.
Does that mean that she's the only one that makes it out?
That's a good question. I know. I feel like if she are they gonna make us that sad and get rid of Leon and then she leaves? Oh, don't do that. Not Leon. I can't handle Leon. Yo, listen.
That nigga said shade in that regard. I said that last season. I was like,
if Franklin gets off, you're gonna be like, all right, I expected it. You know what I mean? If Louis gets off, then you're gonna be like, yeah, he was moving. Leon, no, come on, man. Don't do Leon. Y'all already took Jerome, man. Do not take Leon, man.
First of all, Louis should have killed Buckley. I don't know why she was playing around with that man.
Yeah, listen, I don't know.
First of all, this time period.
At least put him in the trunk.
This time period, there ain't no DNA. There ain't no nothing going on there. Like, why aren't they just killing everybody and just leaving? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are we playing around with certain things? Like, because you know how wild this man get, and he's a crack fiend. Listen, like, you know, like how crazy he get. Like, if you shot him in the middle of this place, don't nobody know where you going.
Somebody told me, I forget who I was talking to. They was like, Franklin Saint made Stringer Bell mistakes.
Not wrong.
You're doing too much, and now everything all jacked up because you're doing too much. You should.
So the thing about Stringer didn't respect the game, and that's why the two people that killed him is the people that respected the game the most. Omar and Brother Muzan. Who stuck to the code.
We digress. How much time we got left? You got anything else you want to add to Snowfall?
There's like 30 seconds left, so you can wrap up whatever you need to wrap up.
Nah, that's it.
Anything you want to say about Uncle Romy Rome?
R.I.P. the homie, man.
I think it was one of the better episodes.
Yes.
Oh, what's Uso got to make it out, man. My man Uso got to make it out.
Uso.
The Mexican, big Mexican.
He already made it out.
That's what I'm saying. But you know how this show is, because that's what we thought. Alton and Sissy made it out.
There's only one episode left. It's not gonna be enough time to go back to Uso. It's not Uso. It's Oso.
Is that what I said?
Yeah. No, you said Uso. I was like, who
the wrestlers? Uso?
The
real Roman Reigns people.
Right. But nah, Oso made it out. That's when he said bye to him. He said, "I hope everything works out with his family."
Was there a small part of you that you thought Franklin was gonna be like?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, he been rocking with Oso forever, man. Since he was wrestling in the ring, man. I didn't think if he had the Oso dirty, like I'd have been all set with Franklin. I would have been happy that Sissy shot Teddy. That's what you get for doing Oso like that. But no, I didn't think he was.
He was like, tell him the password. Tell him the password.
Right, this man's dying. It's like, but Teddy knew what he was doing. It's like, I put two of them and dumped them in a ditch.
Yeah, he looked at him. He was like, he's not in the
I shot him. Like, and he said it so kind of sitting like, "Are you an idiot?" I shot him twice and dumped his body in a ditch. He knew what she was gonna do.
Exactly.
He knew what she was gonna do. He was like, "This is how I'm gonna get you last, Frank."
Yo, when they hit him with that boiling oil,
it get hot like an ill pot of grit spills on you. Oh man, oh my goodness, that brother was cooking baking. that boy was bad. Yeah,
I'm ready to start the top of the next one. You let me know.
All right, the next one is Abbott Elementary.
Bang bang. Go for it.
Yo, they are 21 episodes in on Abbott Elementary. Last season was 13. They 21 episodes in. I don't even know when the last episode is. I don't even know when the last episode is gonna happen now.
I'm gonna take a guess that it's like 24 episodes.
I'm gonna go 26 just because you said double up, and just because I wouldn't mind having more Abbott. This show is phenomenal. There's nothing that you can say about this. The last episode, Taraji was freaking its mom, Janine's mom. She could not have played the role any better. It was just like, it was still a comical episode, but yet you still had a lot of emotional. There's a lot of heartstrings going on between her actual mom being there and then her work mom and Barbara being there. Just like,
it's the mom you got versus the mom you want.
Where'd that come from?
My heart.
My heart. But yeah, man, they continue to kill it, man. And what I like about this show is like they make sure that nobody falls by the wayside. You know what I mean? So the janitor's still in there. Redhead lady is still in there. Like,
yo, you don't know nobody's name, yo. Melissa Shimenti.
Yes. Listen, my favorite character this season who's been going strong is the principal, fam.
Oh, Ava's always good.
Yeah.
She's like, you can beat my ass, can't you? She's like, yes. She's like, I'm gonna go. One way to know how to not get your ass beat is to know who can beat your ass.
Right. Yo, listen, when old boy was doing the magic and she had her mind blown, she was like, oh! It's like, I was loving it. I love the principal.
Also, the magic trick was fire.
The magic trick was fire. But it was just like her reaction, and the kid ran in front of the screen. I love that too. Like, they never fail to give like one of the young kids a shot. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like even after Abbott has ran his course, a lot of these young kids are going to have careers because they're being very intentional about saying like, hey, listen, these young kids do have it, and they're passing that torch. I think it's pretty dope. I love this show.
I know we had actually we got a little bit more minutes than I thought.
I got you.
But it's like the episode 8 right before had like one of my favorite scenes in it, and it's the one where Gregory's up for the Teacher of the Year award.
Yes.
But the underlying thing is like Janine gets cussed out by the parent and leaves her in tears, and he's like, calls
and
her
these
like
are all real things that happen.
Very real, very real things.
All real things.
Because what brought me back to it is like you were talking about like the students, and it was like we didn't even get to really see what the student was doing for the most part, except for like in the beginning where he's like, "Oh, shut up," and like doing all that or whatever.
Right.
But like her trying to create the dialogue with the mom, and the mom just like really wasn't having it, and then like. If there's one thing the show does really well, it's like their body language on certain things, like Gregory walking by the classroom and hearing her sniffling, Janine, and I was just like, look at my man's over there. Like I was like, you ain't even slick with it. And then like when he walks into Barbara's office, she's like, what happened? And I was like, you damn right, Barbara, what happened? And then she switched it on and she's like, what do you think this was like? Let's just say 15 minutes. So you mind signing this right here? But they had a couple bars in that one. There was two.
There's a few. Go ahead.
Oh, you said it like you knew some.
Go ahead. I want to see if we on the same page.
Nice, real solid. But like one of them was Melissa hit Greg with whatchamacallit, Mr. Eddie, because he didn't want to go accept the award or whatever and stuff like that. And she's just like, yo, you're not the best teacher, but it's just like, you know what, you're like, who knows who you're gonna be in the future? Like you got to take it right now because you can't choose when people choose to acknowledge you. And I was like, good Lord. But then right before that, Barbara hits a bunch of, she's like, listen, I've had people throw dirt on my name and I had people give me flowers. At the end of the day, it's all a garden. And I was like, oh my God. Like, tattoo it on me, Barbara. Why you do me like that? She does. I say and if I'm not mistaken, those were the only 2 episodes because like they didn't give us an Abbott episode for a while.
Yep. But I mean, they had 21, so keep them rolling. Keep them rolling, for real.
So like that's kind of like where we're at with it. Did you have anything else you want to say about Abbott? I know it's still going on, so it's like
I love this show.
Right.
I love this show.
It's definitely
franchise player.
Franchise player?
Yes.
I would say Abbott's
NBA.
I would say Abbott's like a Jaylen Brown. Like you needed Jaylen Brown to like get you to the championship. Like he's your second best player, but it's like Jaylen Brown ain't gonna bring you to the championship. That makes sense.
Yeah, but you ain't going without Jaylen either.
That's what I'm saying. He's a very valuable resource. He's your second star.
Okay.
The Heat don't win without Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. On to the next. We got Mayor of Kingstown.
Wow. I'm gonna let you take this one because like there's a lot to get in on there. Yeah. And it's like I know there's a lot that I forgot too. So
they are wilding on Mayor of Kingstown. Yes, it has run its course.
Yeah.
So we got to wait till the next season happens. Only thing I'm heartbroken about is because we know they had the devastating injury to
Jeremy
Renner. For those who don't know, he was like out shoveling and got ran over by a snowplow, and he just like broke like 80 bones or something like that. He's recovering, so I don't know what that means for Hawkeye or for.
But he's out now. Like he did like a whole documentary like on Disney Plus and all that stuff.
Okay,
so like I forgot what it's called, but it's like he's up and about, but he's still not 100%.
Got you. So we don't know what that means for the next season of Mayor of Kingstown, or if they're gonna do something where like they start the season with him in a car accident, and that way he can move around how he needs to move around in the show, whatever. But bottom line is that man Bunny is taking back the jails. He's taking back the hood. He's taking back peace of mind for his people. This brother said, listen, man, I've been chilling for a while. I've been following the rules for a while. The rules that you wanted me to follow, you have now broken. So now I'm breaking everything. I'm breaking rules. I'm breaking friendships. I'm breaking bones.
The city is Gotham right now.
Listen. And Bunny is the Joker.
That's what it seems like.
He's going ham. I love Bunny's character though.
Absolutely.
Because everything he does, like, listen, whether he's about to lay something down or he's about to play a game of cards, his expressions to everything are the same. Like, he may raise his voice here and there, but like when Bunny says something, you know he mean it. Because the Mayor of Kingstown was just like, yo, Bunny, please, let's not do this. Let's not do it. He's like, Mike, I don't know what you want me to tell you, man. I already said what I had to say. He's like, all right, I'm going to double back, Bunny, so we can have a conversation. And that time you double back, Bunny done did what he said he was going to do. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, when they robbed the store and they called Mike. It was like, hey, Mike, I think you need to come down here. It was like, why? He was like, somebody robbed a gun store. They said it was about real heavyset black dude, 6'4", super charismatic. He already knew what he was talking about. He was like, dang. But he's like, nah, these guns ain't getting back, and we getting your boy. Like
he said, if you want the guns back, you got to give up your man.
Straight like that.
He said, I'm not giving him up. He said, that's fine.
He knew he wasn't gonna give him up though. He's like, that's great because I'm gonna get him anyway.
We already got him on the GPS, and
I'm keeping the guns. It's a win-win for me, Mike, and your homie about to lose. You know? And then you have the big clash where Mike goes at old boy that got out of jail. Milo for the bonds and for Shorty.
My lord, I could not care about those two anymore. I didn't care about Milo or Iris.
Their characters are definitely unentertaining. Like, I know it just gives some, because the whole concept of Mike's character and being the mayor of Kingstown is having all these different places to run to and all these different problems to solve. And if you just remove that situation, it leaves a big gap. But like, that's one of the least things. Like, if I'm Mike, I'm like, I gotta go check my bro. I gotta go check Bunny twice before I come back to Milo. Like, for all I care, bro, you can keep Shorty. I'm keeping these bonds.
She left and went to you in the first place. Why do I care about her so much?
I don't know. But
what does it say? He's like, I guess I just love broken things.
Yeah, and I just think like the whole situation of how he outwitted them was just way too easy. Like, why was you worried in the first place if you knew that this is what you was gonna do? You should just go.
The more interesting thing, and the thing that we kind of passed over it, is the dude that was on the unit that was snitching on the SWAT unit.
Yes.
And the Vinny, the bald cop, he brought the old boy from the jail over there, and I was like, yo,
that man went full. Who's Tiny Tim on?
I was going Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
There you go. That's
I'm
what I meant.
to the rabbits. That's
what I meant. Lenny. He went full Lenny on it. And the man was just like, I was like, is that man dead? Did he just? Yeah, these dudes is wild, man. But I love this show. I love the way the characters accent one another to make the show entertaining, so it's not repetitive and you're not just glued into one story. It's a number of different things going on. I like that about the show. If Bunny's gone, I'm gone now. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I
think I'm in the same place because I think the only things that really kept me glued was the Bunny storyline.
Right. And they got D-Smoke some shots on the TV, man.
Every time that brother spoke Spanish, I was just like, oh my goodness. So why does he constantly need to let us know that he can speak Spanish like a giant being insane?
Because he does, man. He's playing respect to the culture, I guess.
They gave him a piano just so he could show, like, I got music too. I was like, damn.
That man's like, I speak Spanish, I cook, I play music. I was like, this guy's multifaceted. Get him out of jail. This
is the greatest thing that's ever existed. Renaissance man.
Word.
That was the timer.
Okay.
Anything else to say about Mayor of Kingstown?
Nah.
I know it was in the starting five. Mm-hmm. Did it move anywhere up and down?
It's still there.
Still solid.
Yeah.
Solid. Got you.
Still solid. Yeah.
All right.
I'm with it. All right. Up next we have Last of Us. I'll let you get this one.
Are we gonna save Last of Us or like we?
No, we ain't preferential to where we going with this.
I'm very preferential to Last of Us. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I got you. We'll go to Your Honor.
Wait, Your Honor was an option, and you tried to do Your Honor after Last of Us? I'm not even gonna do the timer. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Give me whatever you're gonna say about Your Honor.
I was sorely disappointed in this show. All right, like the first 5-6 episodes, I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we really doing? But them last few episodes, they got it cracking. Okay. They got it cracking for sure. And like it got back to the show that I really enjoyed watching in the first place. And like the dad is like letting people know, like, bro, I used to be a savage, and I'll show you just how much of a savage I used to be. And I forget Bryan Cranston?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. I got a name. Bryan Cranston, his character starting to find out more about like the death of his wife and the connections to her and some of the people that he cares and loves for, and how like all of this, like him and his son being wrapped up in this stuff, goes way deeper than what he thought. So it builds a new plot and new excitement. And like I like where this could be going into the next season. I feel like there's going to be more. It's kind of like what you said about Snowfall, how the last season was so booty that this season had to be good. So I'm thinking if this next season is the finale, that it's going to be a really good finale season. It's a lot going on.
So this season was the booty season?
The first half, yes. They cleaned it up towards the end to get you excited for what they're going into.
Because I thought the first season was a booty season. So, like, if you're telling me that this other season starts off more booty
I
than
enjoyed the first season.
Is it in the starting lineup?
A 6-man.
Is it a good 6-man? Like, this is like a Ginobili, Jamal Crawford type guy?
Ginobili, Jamal Crawford.
Andre Iguodala. Like, I'm talking about, like, 6-man of the year type guy.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith be starting, though.
Before he was starting. He was always starting.
He was drafted? I was going to say, he was kind of always starting.
Yeah. I wouldn't go Ginobili, though.
Is it Patty Mills?
I'll go with Patty Mills.
Yo, do you remember the year you tried to put Patty Mills on the All-Star ballot? You was like, I don't know, man. I like the way Patty balling. I was like, this man's averaging 6 and 3.
He was balling.
No.
He was holding it down.
He never was. Can we please stop talking about this show now?
All right. The next thing we have up is Bel Air. Bel Air's back.
You were trying to do Bel Air after Last of Us?
Listen, man, this is the way the lineup was.
The time is going. Go ahead.
All right, Bel Air. So it's getting whack, man.
Oh, you don't like it at all this season?
I won't say I don't like it. It's just like I feel like this is my honest opinion. I'm enjoying the show. I think it's more of the nostalgia that's making me enjoy the show rather than the actual show that's keeping me entertained. Because at this point, I feel like they hit a wall and now they're backtracking through some of the stuff they already gave us to keep the show interesting. Okay. Because like Carlton's having his issues again, and then Will's back on his knucklehead stuff, and then like
is he? I feel like Will's been like one of the most sound people in the show right now. What's he doing knucklehead style?
The little stubborn stuff. Like you already went through the phase of like not trusting Uncle Phil, and then like being all like
Uncle Phil be acting mad, not trustworthy.
No, I get it, but you're past that now. You know what I mean? He shows you that he's on your side and you can listen to him, but like you still want to be defiant and do your own. Like you don't have to keep doing the defiant thing no more. Like in the actual Fresh Prince, he wasn't defiant that whole time. That first season, yes, but then after that, he was kind of like acclimating himself to the life of being in Bel Air, and it's just like this. That's not what this Will is doing. I know it's not supposed to be the same show, but like I said, I get the feeling like they're backtracking back to the stuff that was entertaining because they're kind of losing some views because they weren't where they were before.
Okay.
Some of the new characters that they added, it's not like the basketball coach, the new shorty that Will is with. Yeah, just like
fake Carucci.
Yeah, it's just like it's a fake Carucci.
The thing is, Carucci's on the show too. Like, isn't that Hillary's like friend? Like,
yes.
But like the other girls definitely Dollar Tree Carucci.
So it's just like
we call it Dollar Rucci.
Right now they playing the homie Jazz. It's just like I don't know. It's just like
I don't know about you. Jazz been fly as hell this whole season. I'm like good. I'm like I don't know what it is, but I was watching him. I was like, yo, these glasses is crazy. I'm looking at the fits. I'm like, yo,
he got a swag, a Dwayne Wayne type swag.
He really does. Yeah. That's a great
Kadeem Hardison. Ooh,
you do know some people.
Hey, you know what I mean? The OGs, OGs.
I guess so.
But yeah, so I'm hoping like within the next couple episodes they really start building the stories and the characters a little more because
Ashley, they haven't been doing jack spot with her.
Haven't been doing anything with Ashley, and Hillary's kind of backtracking through some of the same stuff she's already been.
Hillary's wilding, bro.
Yeah, she's wilding.
I was hoping that we were gonna get into this.
Hillary's wilding.
She's wilding, bro, with this ex-athlete boyfriend.
Yes, but she was wilding before.
Yes,
it's just it's just Hillary wilding again.
But like, I feel like we're playing up this thing where it's like, oh, Jazz is just insecure. I'm like, no, you're being super wilding. Like you're doing the most right now. Wilding. Like you try to tell me that you have a pro athlete ex that you didn't mention, but you're gonna invite him to the thing, and then like when I get here, I look stupid because I don't know that you know him, and then it's like, not only do you know him, you used to date this dude. And he's being super friendly with you. Oh yeah. Then like while we're on the rocks, you went to
court pressing.
Full court. Then like we're in the middle of some beef, and he comes to your family reunion, and you doing the electric slide with this nigga. Like, are you wild?
And he playing flag football with the family. He on this roster.
On the roster.
I'm not on the roster. But he's on the roster.
Then we're trying to make things work and stuff like that. Like, yo, and then we beef because of like the whole card situation or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the second that you stop beefing, you taking pictures with this nigga at a billboard on a rooftop, and he tells you straight up, he's like, "Listen, this is what I'm here for."
Just
and you go, "Oh, that's cool. Take this picture with me real quick."
So
you are wildin'.
No. Man, I was like, got that swimming pool too. We'll get you up in there.
Yeah. He's like, I know you look good in a bikini. I was like, yo, this nigga's violating.
It's like shot
Violate.
Yeah, he's tripping.
Because if I'm Jazz and I come with a crowbar to his kneecap, I'm tripping, right?
Right. So I think they really need to start building their content more, because if not, the show could become uninteresting. So we'll see. And stop letting Will do all these crazy unsynced moves on the basketball court.
I love the layup that turned into a windmill.
Right.
That was my favorite one.
And that man was like, yo, throw it off the glass. Like, he jogging now, so he's like, like, bro, come on, man. Cut it out. Yeah, these basketball scenes remind me of football scenes from All American. It's like, if
I never watched the show, but
this is what it's gonna be, then just don't. The basketball scenes from the actual Fresh Prince are better than these joints, and you should have more cinematic quality.
I don't know if you really remember the basketball scenes from the original.
I do. When that man was playing G Money, I was hyped. Like, yeah, go at him.
These are not what you call it.
No!
Worse than those scenes. Like, Will was playing basketball, people were like sitting in chairs on the court. The hoop was at like 7.5 feet. It was crazy.
Hey, but he was hooping though. He was hooping. It was full frame on him the whole time. This dude be like, I'm gone. Now I'm in the air.
It's just like
now I'm at the free throw
above the rim. The dude that gets the rebound and throws it to himself.
Yes. All right, so that's Bel Air. All right. Up next, ready? We got Mando.
Okay.
Mandalorian. Okay.
There was one episode, and I think it's the one where him and Bo-Katan first show up. They must have did that sound effect like a million times in that episode. I was like, oh, they are really good at like hammering this in there.
Yes. So I will say that these episodes have not been super interesting, but I respect it because I know what the build up is to. You know what I mean?
Because the last episode, crazy. You sent me a text with 5 exclamation points.
Yes, that joint was
Mando.
Yes, that joint was fire. So it was just like I know. So what they're doing is what I'm hoping Bel Air does is they're structuring their new plot to make sure that the show stays interesting. So you got to get those couple episodes that get you to that episode where it's like, all right, now we right back on track to where we need to be. Let's get this story running. And I like where it's going. Grogu is like, I don't know, is this man like 20 now? Because he went from being an infant to like doing flips all over the place. I don't know what's going on.
Can we talk about the flips though?
This man got a robot.
Can we talk about the flips?
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about it.
Because I feel like the Disney people, like they're messing with us.
Yes.
Because like they're literally like, it looks like they have a toy of Grogu and they're just throwing it. And it's just like, it's just like going. Yes. And I'm like, they're not even trying to make it look like a natural movement. And it's like, they got to be messing with us, right?
Yes.
All right, okay.
So. I hope so. I won't just say yes. I'm saying I hope so. Because
yes.
Right. Like you went from being an infant to being a defiant
teenager. He's
like,
Groot.
Right. It's like no. Yes. Like, man, why did y'all give this man a buzzer?
You should have known.
Mando was like, I'm so happy being this little surrogate dad, and then they gave him a voice, and he was just like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
Because the sooner they can talk, the sooner they can talk back.
Right. He's like, you keep this up, and you're gonna be an orphan.
I'll drop you right back off with Luke.
I'm gonna put a little baby helmet on your face, and I'm never gonna talk to you again. You'll be on your own.
They gave him like that chest plate of Beskar too. I was like, I know that's gonna come into play at some point.
Of course it is.
He's gonna get shot, and everybody, oh shit, Grogu died.
He's like, he's doing a little backflip.
Like, oh, he's really like.
But I like where it's going as far as like them bringing all the Mandalorians back together. I love the fact that boy Gus is back, and he's letting them know like, I done had a master scheme the entire time. I like your cut, G. I like your fit, G.
Word.
I'm gonna get me just nothing like
Word.
it. Lady, he came through with a full out Mando gear.
And I love the fact that like he's a man of color in a strong position. Like even though he's the villain, he's a super smart villain, and he's letting people have it, man. He's letting people have it. Like they thought they had this man together, and he's just like, nope. Not only am I gonna get away, but it's gonna look like you did it when I do get away. So it's like, yeah, that man. I'm not anxious, but I'm happy to see where it's gonna go and where that ultimate buildup is. Because I feel like his character is not gonna be one of those guys that they off. He's gonna be around for a bit.
Have you heard about the consensus of what people think is about to happen?
No.
Do you have an idea of what you think is about to happen?
No.
All right, so like, I mean, at the end of the last episode, they go to kind of find the whatever the thing that they're looking for on Mandalore.
Right.
But they get there, and Moff Gideon and his people are there.
Right.
And like they capture our boy Jin, Pedro Pascal,
And like, you know, he takes them away. So everybody's like, but where's he taking them? And like, we know we saw them before, like with the other people and stuff like that. Like they were taking people's memories away and they were trying to make them whatever. So it's like, are they about to try to take Jin's memory away so that way he doesn't remember none of the Mandalorians or Grogu and he's going to turn him against the Mandalorians?
That would be crazy.
I'm not a big fan of the line, right? But when they hold on, let me tell you the line real quick because it's like they say it all the time in the show, and it's like it kind of makes me cringe.
Okay.
But when my man Big Paz Villa, whatever his name is, the big dude with the
with the Gatling gun,
when he looked at him, he's like, "This is the way." I was just like, "All right, let's get it." I was like, because like I'm not a big fan of the "this is the way" thing. Like I think it's kind of corny.
Yeah, and keep it all the way real. He almost made it up out of there.
He almost did. I thought he was gonna have it, and I was like, "Oh, they brought the red joints out."
Like 30 boys down by himself. Like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I was like, "Yo," for a second, I was just like, "Oh, actually,
yeah,
like
he's good money. He's good money."
And, them joints came out in the Red Octobers.
Some dudes came out in the Eddie Murphy stand-up outfit.
Not the Delirious.
Came out in the Delirious.
Was it Raw or Delirious?
Nah, Raw. He had on the purple joint.
Yes, okay, so
they came out in the Delirious outfits like vroom, vroom. I was like, oh,
they're like, I can't remember what they are.
And they barely beat him.
They did. No, they kind of weaved him like 3 times. It was like yap, and then like just kept weaving up yap. There's like there's also 3-on-1, but like if I remember quickly, because they're from The Last Jedi, they're like a high
high council or whatever. All right, that's good. Look at that. Look at us. Look at us staying consistent. All right. All right. Next, I'm gonna give you this one. And that's Yellowjackets.
All right. So Yellowjackets, like
this show is weird as heck. I just want you to know. I'm only watching it to see how it ends.
So apparently, there's gonna be 5 seasons of the show, and I don't know how we're getting the season 2.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know if I'm gonna end up making it through the 5 seasons because Because I have to be 100% honest. I don't care about nothing that has to do with the present day.
Nope.
I only care about the stuff like when they were on this island or whatever, and they don't give us enough of it. I was watching it with my best friend, and like at the point where the black lady, Tess,
black lady,
whatever. Whatever her name is, but like when the son comes home and she's just like, "Hey, I need you to come pick up the kid." Like he's been here, and then they come over and they're like, "Oh, he took off." But she was just like, "I don't think he was ever there." And I was like, "Why would they do something like that?" And then they get to the end of the episode, he was never there, and I was just like, "Bitch, you got problems." Because it's like they also showed like back in the day where it's like, yo, like you tell me in the middle of the night, like you just get up and you try to jump off cliffs, like you be in trees, you be biting people, and stuff like that. I would like we're in the wilderness. I would have been smothered her in some snow, bro. Like I would have been like.
Yeah,
and we already just got a fresh taste, and I know what it's like. You one of the first ones gone, bro.
Yeah, the whole eating shorty was crazy.
Yeah, but like you and your girlfriend Chucky, she's getting done.
Chucky, because this brother's tripping.
Give me the power.
I beg of you, this brother's tripping. But the whole eating, the homegirl scene was crazy. Like,
because then they do like a flashback to like they were like Romans.
Yeah, but then when dude looked at him and seen the way they really was, and it was like, yo, they're out there wild. And she was like, "What happened? What happened to the body?" When she was just like, "What? We ate her." She was like, "What?"
You were the first one that went for second.
Like, you ate her face. She was like, "What?" She was like, "Yes, you ate her face." I was like, "Oh, this show's I can't do it. I can't do it, man."
Because it's like there's so much.
You may have to just give me the war report on this one, fam. I'm telling you.
And it's like, to me, like none of that stuff bothers me. It's just like the stuff in the present day is just so like not interesting because it's like the mundane version of it where it's like, oh, like now we're housewives and like I got to work around the fact that my marriage is in shambles. And I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
But like nothing was funnier when the black lady first went to the school to go pick up the son, and like the son, she's like, "Hey, I got you a new dog," and the other black mom goes, she's like, "Get the fuck away!" I was like, "Yo, why is she going so crazy?"
You know why?
Yes. And then like I thought about it, I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "Yo, she's kind of tripping." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that she cut off the dog's head and made a shrine in sleep." Right. Like, yes, that is a very valid reason.
And a crawl space. And a crawl space.
It was a very valid reason to not want somebody around JK.
Yeah, I'm all set. And this is the mayor. She's the mayor.
Yeah, her face when they got to that car accident too.
She was a mayor, bro. The mayor.
This city is doomed. This might as well be the city of Baltimore through the wires.
Bro, I'm moving.
Yeah, like,
I don't got to worry about you showing up at little homie school no more. I'm gone.
We're gone.
I'm gone. Yeah,
Peace.
fam, I just found you a new charter school, fam. We out of here. We out of here.
Not a charter.
but yeah, man, you're gonna have to let me know, man. I think it might be a wrap for me and the Yellowjackets, man.
The thing is, a lot of stuff is ending though anyway, so it's like you're gonna need to fill your time with the show. I don't think it's a starting 5 show.
Nope, because
I don't even know if it's a 6-man.
Dave is coming back. Barry's coming back. I mean, I got some stuff to fill the time.
I think it's much better. I think it is a role player show.
Yes.
Like, I don't think it's a starting 5, and it's a very iffy if it could be a 6-man, but it's like, it's fine. I just I don't know how they're gonna get 5 seasons out of the show. Apparently, it's a book, so maybe that's why. But there's got to be something super interesting happening in this book. Because the only times that even when the other friends are watching it, they'd be like, "Damn, they really ate this girl."
Right.
And that's the only thing that they talk about. And I'm like, "Yo, that was only 30 seconds of this hour-long episode."
Right. Yeah, I'm all set.
Yeah, Yellowjackets, you're on notice.
Definitely.
You're on notice.
All right, next we have Succession.
So now I didn't watch Succession because
shout out to
Bill O'Reilly. I'm gonna throw you a curve. You mad because I'm a thief and got away with words?
Okay,
sorry.
That's what's up. I was gonna say Donnie because I'm pretty sure he's the one who suggested that we watch Succession.
It was Donnie. The boy Dodge did. He definitely did.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And I took White Lotus and you took Succession.
Yeah, I'm not going back to White Lotus. But the Succession is definitely where it's at. I like, me, I like stuff that's true stories, and I found out this was definitely
This is the 4th season?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so, but that.
Do you feel the hour in these episodes? I guess that's my question. Because
no, I don't.
Because of the fact that it's it's a dialogue show, right?
Yeah.
So it's they're always talking. There's no action that's really happening in them. So it's a dialogue show, and with those shows like that, sometimes you really feel the hour. I feel like Yellowjackets is a show like that.
You feel the hour.
Where it's I feel the hour
because the father is pleasantly a jerk. It's just
that's everybody's favorite character.
Yeah, he's a slime
man, William
ball.
Stryker from X-Men.
Yeah, he's a slime ball. So it's just watching him interact everybody's on the same playing field. I don't care if you're my child or somebody I'm doing business with. I'm talking to everybody crazy. I'm talking to everybody crazy. And then Fuller from Full House. I mean from Home Alone. I'm pretty sure he played Fuller, right? Macaulay Culkin's little brother.
Oh yeah. Kieran Culkin.
There you go. Yeah, he's hilarious because
he's everybody's favorite character. If I'm not mistaken.
He's got that dry satire, but he doesn't care about saying anything to anyone. His brother's marrying someone that used to be an escort, and he's just he makes sure his brother knows all the time, just because she didn't show up for their wedding rehearsal or something. He was just wonder who she's sitting on right now. I'm like, yo, why did you say this to your brother the day before his wedding day? It's and what you call it holds it down, even though he doesn't have a lot of interaction in the show, but he's the best friend from Ferris Bueller.
Cameron?
Yep. Cameron's in it. So he's the one that's getting married. I kind of feel like his name is Cameron in the show too, to be honest with you. I think his name is Cameron in the show. But when he's on stage, you can tell he's a tenured actor and he knows how to hold his ground when he's on the screen. And then you have the other brother and the sister I think Cameron's the older brother, and then you have the next brother. His character is one that I'm just nah. If something happened to you, I think the show would still be alive. You know what I mean?
So the whole point of this show is that someone needs to take over this monstrous company, right?
Hence the word Succession. Yes.
Do you have a character that you want to take the company?
So there's 3 brothers and a sister. Right. Cameron's definitely not the one that you want to pick. The sister has a husband who also would be considered. And then there's a nephew or a great nephew or something like that. So if I had to pick anybody, I would pick Macaulay Culkin's brother. Only because the sister is she knows the business better than anybody, but she's very emotional and makes reactive decisions and then tries to double back on those reactive decisions. I feel the brother was just Macaulay Culkin's brother is just he was just really nonchalant, not caring, so people couldn't never take him seriously. But because he's so closely attached to the relationship with the dad, he will actually listen and do stuff based on the approval of his dad, and he would make decisions like his dad did. So if I was to go with anybody, it would be him.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying the show. And some stuff just really happened in the last couple episodes. I don't want to ruin it for you in case you decide to watch it.
No, because it's on my docket right now because we're clearing up a lot of space with these shows right now. And so I know that like Succession right now, like people are talking about it's one of the best shows of this last decade. And I was like, that's pretty high praise. And then like you told me that it's pretty good as well. So like that. So I'm like, hey, if this show is that good, I finished White Lotus, I finished all this other stuff. I was like, I need another one. And I was like, I think Succession is going to be the one. And I'm not really too worried about the show being over with and then watching it, because it's just like it just makes it easier to binge anyways and stuff like that. So like I just know that I'm going to get to it. Like I just haven't got to it yet. So like I would appreciate the not spoiler.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you. So in this last no, I'm just kidding. All right, so that's all I have for Succession. And then we have
50 seconds left. Look at you, efficient.
You know me. Try to get in there. You know what I mean? And then last but not least, we have The Last of Us.
That's like
I'm about to say what? Huh?
No, it's Pedro Pascal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I was doing.
Okay. Oh, he is in 2 shows.
Yeah.
Why am I just now putting that together? He is in 2 shows. All right, go ahead. You got this one.
Wow. So like I'm trying to think of like we had a bunch of.
Wow, you've been waiting for this and you hit me with the wow?
No, because I'm just thinking because like we missed the last 3 episodes of it.
Yeah, don't go through all 3 episodes. Come on, give us a synopsis.
I mean, all we really got to do is at the end of the day they make it to the Fireflies.
Yep.
He finally gets to the Fireflies, and it's the big moment that we've all been waiting for. It's the end of the first game. The Fireflies then reveal to Joel, they're like, Ellie does have the cure, but in order for us to get the cure, it is on her brainstem, and in order for us to get it, she will not live through it. So she's already in surgery and stuff like that. They tell Joel, they're like, listen, we appreciate you bringing her to us, but it's like you got to go because like you be wilding, bro. Like you be doing too much, and we know if
I don't
we
even
leave
know why they brought him there.
so like honestly, so like
you know who I am.
They're like, listen, you just saved mankind. Thank you very much. Keep it moving. Bounce. But like Ellie's donezo. So on his way out, Joel decides to, I'm not having it. Because like I'm just not doing it, and he proceeds to massacre the Fireflies in this hospital, even to the point where he's killing the surgeons that are working on her. And he pulls Ellie out of there in the surgery room, like she's literally still under anesthesia or everything. And we get a moment where I can't remember what her name is, but the leader of the Fireflies, like she has him at gunpoint, and she's like, "Listen, you put that girl back upstairs. We'll pretend like all this other stuff didn't happen. Like this is way too big for this. This is way too important. Like she's got to be here. This is literally like our last chance for survival." And he goes, and I understand what you blast her. And like we get the scene of him driving off, and Ellie wakes up in the back. She's just like, "What happened?" And he's just like, "Yo, turns out they didn't."
Bold face lie.
He's like, "Yeah, it turns out they didn't need you. There was a bunch of other kids up there. Your test results came back negative. So like you didn't have the cure that you thought it was." So like she can already feel like something's off, but she can't put her finger on it. But like they're walking back to his brother's commune or his village or whatever you want to call it, and she just stops him for a second. She's just like, "Hold on a second, before we go there, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be more truer, more realer than anything at any point in time. But whatever you say, I'm gonna believe you. So I need it to be the truth. Is what you said happened what really happened?" He looks at her and he's just like, "Yeah, of course."
Straight face. Poker face.
So slide right to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So you trying to get some ice cream or like what's going on? Like, I'm saying? Like with that right there. So this is the big thing like in the video game. So like when it happens in the video game, you're like, oh.
Yeah. I feel like she was awake and she knows what's going on.
She's not. She wasn't awake. She doesn't. No, she's not awake. So
thanks for ruining my theory.
The question is,
how did she find out that he was lying?
No, the question is, would you do anything different if you were in Joel's position? Because that's like the thing that you have to come to terms with in the game, like as well. Where it's just like, do we leave Ellie in this hospital or do we go get our surrogate daughter back?
I'm leaving Ellie in the hospital.
You saving everybody? What you probably just doing?
Yeah, man. Sometimes you can't be selfish like.
Fuck that shit, man. Give me my daughter. Give me my daughter, bro.
Bro, he's been with her for a month.
And it's been a month. Him in more ways.
It's been a month, fam. It's been a month. Then that's the true version of selfish intent. Like you're literally doing this just so that you can replace the daughter that you lost, and it could be just about you and her, and you do not want to save them. How many people do you look up to in life that have sacrificed their well-being for the greater good? And I mean, listen, man. I would see if there was more time, like you had her for like 5-10 years, like she really feels like a daughter. Fam, y'all been through y'all been through a couple gunfights. Y'all been together for a month. Y'all switched clothing twice. like fam, you just abandoned the whole human race.
When I was stabbed up, she held me down, bro.
That's what's up.
I told her that I love her.
I feel like
I got you, baby.
I feel like it's a decision that she should have had to make, not him.
But she wasn't able to make it, so I got to make the decision.
Listen, I am going to do the same thing that he did, or at least have a conversation with them to be like, listen, y'all have to let her make this choice. If she decides not to, then she decides not to, then bullet to your face. But if she says she wants to make the sacrifice, then I'm going to have my last meal, goodbye, dinner, cry, super dope episode. I'm
going to let you know right now, if I'm them people, I can't risk you having that conversation. Because if you tell me that you about to ruin this whole cure, so I'm gonna be like, yeah, she's in this room.
Let me have this conversation. You know why? Because you know who I am.
I'm gonna be like, yo, you're 100% right. She's in this room right over here. Hey, where is she? I'm gonna hit you with the Joe Pesci. Like, yo, you thought she was gonna be a made man? Yeah, all right. We made you into spaghetti. We're not doing that.
Not the spaghettis.
Sentiment to linguine.
But yeah, that's. I mean, if you ask me the question, then yeah, I'm. You know what I mean?
You're leaving her in there.
Yeah. I would never be able to go back to anything I would do either. I probably would tell him like, "Hey, listen, man, just go ahead and get me up out of here too." You know what I mean? I want this to be what it is. I can't never go like lose the one daughter, and now this sacrifice has to happen in order for the greater good. Then there's nothing else for me to go back to. Like,
I know where so obviously I played both games.
Mm-hmm.
I know where this show is going.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try to take a guess as to what is going to happen next?
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some flyers that are still survivors that knows what happened, and they're going to go to that town that he think is safe, and they're going to ruin his brother's wonderful life because of some dumb decision that he makes. Then she's going to find out what actually happened, and she's going to be mad at them. It's going to make this whole other storyline, and that's where he's going to go.
That's not a bad guess.
But it's wrong?
Yes.
Oh.
But it's not a bad guess, though. I think that when season 2 gets ready to come out, you should have your seatbelts buckled. And I think The Last of Us is a Giannis. It's a Jokic. It's an Embiid. I think this is a franchise. This is a franchise player.
At the seatbelt buckle.
Yeah, like, make sure. Click, click. I'm trying to think of there's another episode that we missed in between there, because I feel like when we were doing this, we were on the last 2 or 3 episodes. I think we did miss the one with Rue's sister, the black girl, where we had the flashback of that one where they're in the mall and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think of there was another one, but I feel like that was it. It was a pretty short season.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think they gave us 10 episodes. I think
it was 9.
Yeah, I think it was
8 or 9. Yeah. But I mean, it was 8 or 9 worth it.
It was. I thought the show was fantastic all the way through. I think they did an amazing job adapting the game. They got all the things that were important to get, because not everything in the game is important. Obviously, it didn't go beat by beat from what happened in the game, but I think they hit all the big things and they conveyed the feelings that you needed to feel in those moments. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you felt watching when Joel finally turned on him, but I was I know in the game I was I'm about to go get my baby girl. I'm not playing with me right now. I remember I played the game a very stealthy style, where it was just I was always around corners. I was taking people out quietly. So by the end of the game, I had met, because that's one of the things is you have to asset manage, you only have so many bullets, you only have so many band-aids, all the other stuff or whatever. So I did everything so stealthy. I had a ton of that stuff. When it came time to assault them fireflies, I was shotgun blasting, grenade launching in the middle of the I didn't even give a damn. I was everybody's going down.
Everything go.
Smoking, everything go. Yes, I let it all out.
And then you lied to her.
Well, yeah, you don't get to make that choice. Oh. That's part of the thing. It was you have to lie to her.
So that's a yes.
Yeah, I did.
All right, wrap us up, man.
I mean, that's all we have for Insomnia Hour. How much time was this actual episode? Because I feel we kind of killed it. Right. But at the same time, it's 6:30. To be fair, we were in the 4th quarter of the Lakers game that they won, and we're still in the 1st quarter of the next game that came after. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So I want y'all to stay tuned for part 2. We got a lot of movies to get through. It was a hefty popcorn poppy. So we got a couple. So I guess we'll see y'all there.
Sports is back too.
You want to talk about sports, bro?